everything's all backwards, man. But now what we're dealing with is we're going to deal with one thing. Let's read that, brother.
Ecclesiasticus 10:1. A wise judge will instruct his people.
Right, a wise judge will instruct his people with what? The laws of God, the manuscript of the earth, which is of the Bible. Go on.
And the government of a prudent man is well ordered.
Go on.
As the judge of the people is himself.
Right, and as the judge of the people, so is himself. So if the king is a certain way or a ruler is a certain way, how much more the people? The people are going to be that same likewise way. So when we look around us right now and we see how the people conduct themselves, especially amongst the nation of Edom, we find out that they don't have a good ruler. We find out that they butcher animals and even have an animalistic rulership. But there's no order. And it's man-made order. So this is what man-made order does. It brings confusion, like we're living in right now. Go on.
Yeah, animals. Check it. The animal gets lice. And they get lice as well. So they are fucking animals.
Yeah, that's a true point too, man. You know what I mean?
And it says, as the judge of the people is himself.
Right. And go on.
So are his officers.
Right, and so are his officers. So when we're set up in power, guess what? People are going to have to learn to respect one another. It's going to be worlds. It's not going to be no beer drinking, walloping around down the street. Okay, none of that madness is going to happen in our society. Spit on the floor, all right, garbage on the floor, that's not going to happen. People are going to respect the earth. People are going to respect nature, and they're going to respect everything that's on this earth. And most likely, surely, they're going to respect themselves. Okay, that's the world that we have coming before us, brothers. All right, that's the way it's going to be. Why? Because the righteous and the just are going to be raised up and put in that position of exaltation. Okay, so what we're going to do is I want to get another scripture too in the book of Proverbs, where it speaks about how to what is it? Give me Proverbs 20:4. Baba Kusha.
Kingdom things, innit?
Proverbs 20:4. The sluggard will not listen.
Not that one, brother.
Oh, that's the one I put on Nakama, man.
Yeah, it's let me see. You know where it says when the righteous bear fruit?
Proverbs 12:26.
Oh, okay. All right. And that's why you have all of this mourning going on, because the wrong people are in power. The people that bring pollution and mourning and that, and then some, they're in power. So when you have a person or a group of people that's, I'm going to say it again, we have a nation of people that's supposed to play the wicked, and they're running the earth. What happens? They ruin everything. They ruin the earth. So if the earth is being ruined, being that we all came from the source of the earth, we're going to be ruined. All right? And that's what you have when you have a people that are created to be the wicked to ruin the earth. They're going to ruin the earth.
What was left with it, it ran out of watching it. It went from yellow to red.
No, sorry. The memory stick.
Yeah, the one I just put in.
Yeah, 6 more minutes.
Yeah, 4. We had 4 hours to start with.
That's what goes on, man.
No, it's free.
That's what happens. So that's just the bottom line. The bottom line is that this society is going to be destroyed by way of nuclear fire, nuclear destruction, and the Lord is going to pretty much dissolve this entire setup altogether and bring in another setup, which is the kingdom of heaven. Simple as in plain. No more, no less.
I think that one is gonna last the whole time.
Right, this is Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Because I mean, we've been out here for hours now, right?
Yeah.
And there's been ambulance been passing backwards and forwards. So why is this happening? And you know what I found out as well? There's like people dying every minute. Okay, there's this website, right? Of pretty much shows you the numbers of how many people are dying, how many people are being born. Wow. There's people that's dying more than they're being born. So that shows you what society we live in. We don't live in a righteous society. Although it proclaims to be righteous, okay, and it brings that facade, but it's not. Because if it was, then people would be dying every single day. Every minute, for that matter. Okay? When you go to these hospitals, you go to NHS, you You have a large amount of people that's filling up those buildings. So if this is a righteous society and we're supposed to elevate, how come people are filling up the hospitals? So that's showing you that this society is not the society of the Most High. The Most High didn't set this shit up. The Most High set this shit up so that we can learn a lesson on what wickedness is all about. That's why this shit is set up. Read that, brother. Hold on. Go on.
Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority,
Right.
the people rejoice.
Right, go on.
But when the wicked beareth rule,
Right.
the people mourn.
Right, so that's how it is right now. The people are mourning. So when we are in power, there's not gonna be no need for no NHS. Okay, or no hospital. Because guess what? You have what? The dietary law, baby. You have the dietary law which prevents illnesses. Okay, and also the laws in conjunction, in congruency, laws that keep you from danger and keep you from death. Like the law of adultery. Okay? Go on.
And it's not even so much that, yeah, the dietary law, but we're gonna have the bodies.
No, but I'm talking about people in general, brother. All of the other nations, they're gonna be all right. They're gonna have good health, and that's all due to them keeping our commandments. So the reason why you have a lot of these individuals in these hospitals, the NHS hospitals, is because of ignorancy, because they're not keeping the dietary law. No one's keeping the last 7. You got jokers out there that have charge of the food, and they're mixing seeds in the food. So all of these things what bring forth sicknesses. Okay, but like I said, when we're in our society, those laws are going to be in activation, and they're going to be put into action, and everybody's going to live happily ever after, as in the days of what is it, King Solomon. All right, but I'm going to say this one last thing, and we're going to close out. Right? As long as the so-called white man's in power, this earth ain't going to change. It's going to get worse.
Finish on that. This is Proverbs 29:16. When the wicked are multiplied,
Right.
transgressions increase.
That's it. When the wicked are in authority, right, the wicked multiply. So the wicked walk up on every way. It's so in this society, it's so under a wicked vibration that our people take hold of that vibration. It's a potent vibration. You understand? So this, like I said, this society is going to be shut down. It's going to be totally depleted off the face of the map, smack. All right, and that's the way it's going to go down, man. You got any more on that?
And it says, but the righteous shall see his fall.
Right, but the righteous shall see his fall. And that's another reason why we're in this society, to see the downfall of our enemy, okay, the downfall of our adversary, which is the so-called white man, Esau, that the Bible speaks about. That's another reason why we're here, okay? So I think that's it on that. You want to say something, right? Say what you got to say. Okay, so with that, we're going to close out. We're going to come back another week to keep preaching about and prophesying about the downfall of this system, this corrupt, unlife system that we're living in right now, until it's actually destroyed and done away with and put to shivers, man. So with that, we're going to close out and we're going to say Shalom.
Wow.
All right?